Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you for having us. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, Restaurant India, for organizing this event. It's been a great turnaround. We have some fabulous speakers out here, great panelists, veterans in the industry, generations of experience, and we've got passionate businessmen. Great. On that note, regarding today's topic on investment and finance in hotels and catering business, let me just have a quick introduction about our panelists today. So we have Vishal Kamath with us. Vishal is the owner of Kamath Hotels, almost 80-year-old brand. They've been there in the business since very long and generations of experience. Great to have him here. He also owns brands like Orchid Hotels, Era by Orchid, and Lotus Beach Resorts. Welcome, Vishal. We have Harshal with us. Harshal is a successful entrepreneur. He also runs a real estate company in Noida, and he is the CEO and director of Clarissa Group of Hotels. Harshal has also been in industry since quite some time, and he has been awarded as Young Entrepreneur in Hotel Business in 2021. We have Mayank with us. Mayank leads he's a successful entrepreneur again, and he leads the firm called Curated Catering by Design. He also looks after high-end catering, and they do a lot of wine events at their venue. Welcome, Mayank. Good to have you here. So we'll quickly begin with the Q&A round with this panel. Let me just have my first question to Vishal Kamath. Vishal, we all know that that hotel industry has gone under tremendous shift in last few years. During COVID time, this is the industry that suffered the most, and hotel and tourism is something that is a major contributor to the economy as well. Now, what do you see the kind of shift that has taken place in last few years, pre-COVID, post-COVID, and how the industry has evolved? I would also like to extend this question to the entire panelists, but let's start with Vishal, you first.
Namaskar everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. So thank you for having me, Restaurant India. I'd like to start by first saying in the audience is also my father, one of the Bhishma Pitas of our industry. So it's an honor for me to speak in front of him. One of the main things which has happened post-Corona, or while I would say during Corona, there's no post, because evolution happened while Corona was still on. Apart from the main lockdown, or even within the lockdown, we had people suddenly starting things from home. There were people who were doing not just simple things like bakery, but even food. That evolved into many of them going into standalone restaurants or experiential dining restaurants, be it in Goa or in Himachal or various places, not necessarily only in the metro, because a lot of people were moving out from the cities because of restrictions and also because of work from home, school from home, which actually technically became do from anywhere. And what we also see is that apart from brands getting a strength in certain segments of hospitality, especially within the F&B space, a lot of people who were what you can call not traditional hospitality or restaurateurs, they got a great boost. So you find that there are a lot of people who are not from, I'm lucky to be from a pedigree, but a lot of people did not use luck for their success. They used their efforts, they used their passion, and they basically took a niche and were able to take that forward. And there were a lot of audience who were particularly saying, okay, I've tried a brand before, I'd like to try a non-brand or something new. And that way you find, be it in homestay, be it in F&B, be it in hotels, there is a paradigm shift in terms of how various age groups based on their economic background have adapted or changed towards trying out different segments of F&B and hospitality. And that is why every sector has a lot of, I would not use the word boom anymore, but I would say the sustained wave of enjoyment, experimentation and business.
Great. So clearly, it's benefited the entire F&B industry as a whole. Great. Moving on to you, Harshil. What shifts have you seen? You run a company own operated model, and what kind of shifts have you seen over the past few years?
Hi, good afternoon. So after post-COVID, the one big thing which I have seen owning hotels in Goa or maybe in Uttarakhand, there has been lot of shift of domestic tourism, because after COVID we did not see any chartered planes from Russia, Ukraine, from Israel to Goa or any other places, but we saw a boom right from domestic tourism. So people from India started traveling more to their states, which they have not been, prior. So that has been the one big shift. Apart from that, if you see, 3.6% of the Indian economy has been dependent upon tourism, and that has, after post-COVID, has increased because now the travelers are moving more. And the one more big shift has been of the technology, which usually, people miss out. Now a lot of social media has come up, a lot of AI has come up, a lot of new technologies have evolved. If we talk about particularly to our company, post-COVID, during the COVID, we also introduced a web check-in technology, and we were one of the first companies to introduce that. Because in COVID, most of the hotels and the airline industries were mostly hit, and we were almost on a shutdown stage, and people were very scared of coming because we have a lot of touch points with the guests and with the staff. So what Clarissa did actually was basically we introduced a website where you have to deposit all your credentials prior of the check-in. So the time the guests used to come and wait on the reception actually minimized. Now everything prior, they can select their rooms, they can select what category of rooms they require, what type of specification of the food they require, what specific restaurant they want to eat the food. Everything was there in that particular website or app. So that eased out. They can just enter their rooms, check in without even with a smooth process, without going towards the front office. And from the room itself, they can select the menu, and even they pay the bills via QR code at that time. So this has been now common, but at that time this was a big boost. And I think so technology has played a very, very crucial role. And in near future, this will even play a more role especially in our industry.
Sure. So do you also see a lot of stickiness with your customers because of this kind of information available with you, the repeat customers?
Absolutely. If you see, our industry is a fast evolving industry. We because every 6 months there are new things evolving, there are new designs evolving, there are new menus which are coming up, new designs of their room. So if you want to retain your customers, you have to bring something new every time. Then only the customers will come to you. Why they will come? Every time, every hotel has one same room, one same restaurant, one same facility. He gets bored, right? This is the new generation. So every time the guest should, when they should enter your hotel every time, they should feel that they have, they have seen something different in your hotel. There's a personalization which is going on, and they should feel very special when they're entering to your hotel, and then only you can, increase the retention level.
Sure. Mayank, what do you have to say? You've been there in the catering business since quite some time. And what sort of changes have you seen in this business pre-COVID and after that?
Hi, hello everybody. So you see, COVID has given a very big excuse to every industry, to every sector to rethink and reinvent themselves, right? If there was no COVID also, people would have got a reason to rethink and evolve with the present times. So, and now it's been 3 years that COVID has passed, but still lot of rethinking, innovations are happening on a daily basis, right? In every sector. As far as I am concerned, and I being from hospitality sector, I see lot of changes are happening in the format, in terms of catering, in terms of hotel operators. They are evolving with new ways how to retain the clients, retain the guest, And you see, now customer delight is not the end point, right? The customer expectations are increasing day by day, right? So you have to at least meet them or surpass them. That way you can still continue to be on a successive trend. That's what I feel.
And do you see with the rising disposable income, a lot of clientele are asking for more quality products over quantity in the catering business?
Yes, lot of it. I mean, clients are so demanding that let's say if it is a international cuisine catering, if let's say two guests are wanting something very specific and very regional, we have to provide them.
Sure.
It could be a Bihari live cuisine, live station. If they want, we have to provide them, right? Not just to provide them that particular thing, but it should be very authentic in nature.
Sure.
So we cannot just fool the client. The clients are also very well traveled. They know what they are asking, and they know whom they are asking. So you have to deliver, and you have to deliver. That is the key word.
Okay, thank you. Vishal, coming back to you, earlier, back in the days, hotel industry would consider as one of the source of entertainment, big source of entertainment. Those things got taken over by when the malls launched, and now even restaurants are getting a good amount of footfalls on a regular basis from the same set of clienteles. How do you see bringing those customers back to the hotel environment? And we spoke about building more stickiness to data. But what kind of infrastructure one can create to bring in more customers to them more often, and and have that overall experience and repeat business?
So I think your query stems from the fact that today a lot of the standalone restaurants are doing far, far better than hotels, or rather I would say restaurant within hotels. One of the basic reason is the nature in which the consumer is spending. He wants to go for a movie also, he wants to maybe buy something, and at the same time eat somewhere and come. Many of the standalone restaurants, and especially GST has helped the standalone restaurant industry tremendously, because 5-star hotels, which were earlier the place to go, became extremely expensive because of the 18%.
Right.
And you had fancy restaurants within a Palladium or a fancy mall wherever in Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore at 5% GST, both charging per se the same, but one being perceived cheaper. So when we look at the footfalls, already there is a zone created, and even the aspirations of the mall owners have been elevated, where many of the malls are basically 5-star hotels without the rooms. They have everything else: spa, restaurant, shopping, entertainment. So hotels have had it tough, and if you look at it, more and more hotels have moved away within metros to providing a functional need rather than having a culinary experience. That said, there are still some traditional hotels. Orchid is there, Taj is there, Oberoi is there, ITC is there. These brands are known for their food, and for that they have to keep engaging their loyal customers through their reward apps. Orchid Hotel has Orchid Rewards, others also have, and that is one of the ways. Apart from that, many of these hotels are so large that they also have an in-house clientele to cater to. They also want to entertain people, they also have meetings. So rather than the guest in the hotel going outside, the guest from outside comes to meet them, and they have a meeting and a socializing. And then also the corporate clientele. Corporate clientele who are a repeat to your hotel, they get bored with the same one restaurant or two restaurants. So they, based on their things, also look at. So it is a difficult challenge which most of our hospitality segment, the hotel side, most of the hotel side does not want to venture into, because it is challenging. But that doesn't mean there is no scope. There is a scope, especially if your product is like that. You find many of the large hotel formats. And one other thing which I must tell you, many of the large hoteliers, the scope for the audience here especially lies that there are many who are now willing to outsource or collaborate for their hotel.
Yeah.
We've also done that in one of our thing, and it's been a fairly successful collaboration. So we are looking, just as others are looking, that you can bring your brand within a premises where there is a footfall, where there is an aspiration, and accordingly it helps a win-win for both the asset owner and the restaurateur.
Sure. Just a follow-up question on that. We've seen such models becoming quite successful in the bar format and in the lounge format. A restaurant per se, we don't see too many restaurateurs who've taken up a spaces inside the hotel environment, though they would love to do it, especially in the cities like Mumbai and Delhi, where the real estate supply is so low. Do you think there is a space for that a hotel can create for the restaurant operators? At the same time, they can manage their own kitchen, because when we reach out to a lot of hoteliers, they say that we have a common kitchen and that suffices even the room service. So we cannot have a restaurant now and we cannot outsource the restaurant. The reason being, then we can't do room service, especially for the boutique hotels and all. That's a big challenge we see. How do one take care of that environment and create spaces for the restaurant operators?
One is evolution of a problem, and one is designing for the future itself. Most of the hotels which you would look at are traditionally 25, 30, 50 years old.
Yeah.
They are not a new age hotel which has come.
Sure.
A new age hotel, either the planner, the owner designs it from before. Like, let's take the case of, forget anywhere else, let's take the case of Las Vegas, Macau, these casinos. There, a casino owner is planning in his mind from his architect stage itself, ki I am going to have 25 restaurants, but obviously I am not going to run it. Right from a burger joint to a high-end Japanese joint, he wants something for everyone.
Sure.
And he is designing his back end from day one for outsourcing.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about formats within an old established hotel, there are definitely challenges of overlapping. So, one is evolution of a problem. What we mentioned just now, ki I want to attract more people. For that, if your space allows it, then the solution fits. If it doesn't allow, by the way, there is a hotel I know in Mumbai where they have outsourced everything, including the room service, because they said अगर तुमको करना है तो एक fixed menu बना दिया है, उसके साथ he has made a fixed menu और उसको outsource करके पूरा outsource कर दिया. So even the IRD revenue is covered under that, and there is a revenue share. So you've got to see, जैसा आपका बेस वैसा आप स्टिच करोगे कपड़ा, तो उस हिसाब से आपको देखना कि आपके होटल के लिए और आपके ब्रांड रेस्टोरेंट के लिए. You may have an aspiration to go into a hotel, but does your brand fit that? If an Indian restaurant already exists, would your Indian restaurant fit into it? No. A Chinese format would maybe, or Italian format would maybe. So it's not necessary that every place you have an opportunity. So both these things, and that's why more opportunities there in the outer parts of Mumbai, outer parts of Gurgaon, outer parts of Delhi, where new hotels are coming, where somebody is coming with a mixed use and saying नहीं मैं सिर्फ एक छोटा कैफे चलाऊं या सिर्फ IRD करूं, बाकी I'll outsource. So the newer places are thinking on these lines. The older places will have to see whether it's possible or not.
Yeah, and I think there's a huge opportunity out there, because once you have restaurant which has become popular inside a hotel environment, you will obviously have more customers visiting that hotel, and indirectly it gains even they gain popularity.
Absolutely, and people also are joining. If you are a standalone hotel owner, the chances of some good talent joining you is very limited. Or even if he joins you or she joins you, they will there for a short time, because they are also aspiring to go to a brand.
Sure.
कि मेरा अगर एक ब्रांड के साथ मैं एसोसिएट हूँ, कामत के साथ, ऑर्किड के साथ, तो आगे के सीवी में मेरा बिल्डअप होता है. बट इफ आई एम जस्ट विद अ विशाल इंटरनेशनल और अ विशाल एग्जीक्यूटिव, द चांसेस आर माई सीवी इज नॉट बिल्ट. सो आई मे वर्क वेल इन अ विशाल, get experience and join Orchid. So in this manner also, it becomes very good for the standalone hotel owner to bring in a brand, because he'll come in with a good set of good working professionals and talent.
Mayank, what's your feedback on having a banquet servicing or catering servicing inside the hotel environment? For caterers, hotels is one of the main venues that they also look forward. What are the challenges that you see when you're doing a venue inside a hotel environment vis-a-vis banqueting or something else?
You see, what Mr. Vishal has shared is absolutely correct, right? everybody is looking for brand, and the brand is not just the name, right? It comes with lot of credibility, right? It has got its own network, client network, and a goodwill, right? And it matters a lot, especially in our hospitality industry, elsewhere as well, but majorly in our hospitality industry, goodwill plays a major important role. Having said that, a hotel and let's say, I mean, we as a catering company are associated with many top banquet owners, hotels also, and some of the places we are working as a white label, right?
Sure.
So we are working as an associated catering partner to them. There we are not curated catering, right? There we are working as their catering partner. I feel that there's a lot of flexibility which a caterer gives to a property owner. Reason is that firstly, you don't have to pay a salary to them, right? If let's say we have a contract with them, so it is event to event basis. Secondly, if the hotel operator has got a fixed kitchen, manpower, staff and all those things specializing, I'm sure that they specialize in many cuisines, but now since the customer is too demanding and they sometimes ask you for a certain cuisine also, then it becomes a bit difficult for the hotels to cater to their demand. And that's where outsourcing plays a very major role, right? And players like us, we help them, support them in providing all those solutions, right? So that ways, if the hotel brand and the catering brand comes together, right? And comes together on the basis of that they share the same ethos, that is very important. They gives high importance to their individual brand and to the partner brand also, because then they have to do things together and for a common purpose, right? So that if that kind of a partnership is there, then it is a win-win situation for both.
Right.
So that's a very good thing in my view.
So do you see this partnership, this marriage happening for a longer period of time, or is just typically event-based? And do you also do long-term contract with hoteliers for catering business?
You see, some of the hotels initially don't do a longer contract because there are trust issues. They would like to first test, right? And the same way the caterer also would like to see how it goes, right? So initially it could be 1 year, long-term contracts we have done for 5 years also, for 8 years also. So all that is part and parcel of the game, right? But first, the trust needs to be built between the caterer and the hotel or the property owner. And then it goes as per the mutual agreement.
Sure.
So that's how it goes.
So there is a scope for that as well.
Lot of scope, so that the hotel operator can focus completely on the stay side and give it the kitchen or the F&B can be taken care by those kinds of experts, right? And it has fairly done well for us and hotels or property we are associated with. So that gives lot of flexibility. So that way it's really nice. But yes, one thing which we face, not everywhere, but there are few hotels, like sir said, which are old and they don't have provision for a big space. There, when we come as a catering partner with them, then we have to set up our entire kitchen space, set everything with the appliances, everything. If that kind of a provision at the initial design stage, the property owner is thinking, then it do away with lot of the hassles. So that is one thing which we tell our future partners, that if that kind of a provision is there, we can do much better things.
Great. Thank you. Coming back to you, Harshil, We spoke about F&B and catering as one of the revenue generator for the hoteliers, and just bringing those customer back again and again. What kind of other infrastructure or what kind of other setup that you see is required for today's consumer to bring them again and again? You've got large properties in Jim Corbett and in Uttarakhand. So what are the other aspects of real estate that can be taken care of?
If we see today's time, actually, the people are not looking for any fancy hotels or maybe with marble flooring or maybe a curtain. The simplest thing a hotel can do is giving a personalized service. Atiti Deva Bhava is the best thing for a hotel to do. And right now, with the technology we are having, the CRMs we are having, and with all the information we are having for the guest, we have to provide a personalized service. How personal touch we can give to our customer is the best thing out, because right now the hotels are not only facing competitions with each other. We are facing the competitions with Airbnb. We are facing the competitions with the villas which are coming up. Irregulated leasing properties which are coming up. In a 1 kilometer of radius, there are thousands of irregulated hotels or small rooms which are there, which are not being regulated by the government, right? So that is the big thing. So how much investment an hotelier does into their properties is the big thing. The people should realize that, and what personal touch they are giving to them. It is just not only just welcoming the guest, putting an aarti or tika to them, and just escorting them to their rooms. That is not end of that. If it's, I will just give you a small example. If there is a wedding anniversary, right? If you can set up a beautiful candlelight dinner for a couple, that can make their stay a memorable stay. For a hotel, that is what is more important. And I think so, this is the big thing what any of the hotels right now have to do. Because now in an era where there is a lot of Instagram, there is a lot of Facebook, now the people just click a photograph and they are just putting it on the social media sites. And now a big thing is coming which is called a Google review. If you don't give a good review, you don't give a good service to the customer, they have got a big blackmail to do that we will put a review on it. So these type of things the hotel faces, and I think so this can only be eliminated when both the hotels and the customers understand each other, because of course the people who are working in the hotels are also the humans, and the people who are coming to the hotels are also the humans. And one thing, we were just talking about the restaurants. I think so restaurant is one of the heart of the hotel industry, right? F&B. So we cannot just eliminate that part from the hotel, because we as a hotel, we are running in tier 2 cities or tier 3 cities where procurement of these resources are very tough. So we have to do everything on our own, right? So these things just play a very crucial part, because now we have to develop something new for the customers so that they feel valued, they feel a nostalgia when they are coming to a property every time, and they when they go back, they take a fond memories with them. So now it is more about just flooring and a fancy restaurant, I guess.
Vishalji, what's your view on that? The hotel business is a capital intensive business, and you have so many Airbnbs, villa property that's growing, and do you see that as a big competition to the hoteliers?
So one of the one of the topics he touched upon of technology. Today, customers do want more, and one of the things they want more is a loyalty recognition. A lot of restaurateurs have already been doing this. Apart from hotels which we know, Orchid Hotel we have more than 10 lakh members. But what we've been doing beyond just our 10 lakh members is collaborating with other hotels, other brands, to give our guests more. They want to stay through their loyalty program. They want to stay through Orchid Rewards, and we are tying up with other chains, okay, or standalone beautiful nice hotels where they can use their loyalty program and stay in those hotels.
Okay.
So collaboration is a very big part of the overall perspective. What he mentioned also about Airbnb is correct, that today when we talk about the villa business in Lonavala or in Alibag or wherever, or if you look at even the Airbnb in cities, it actually is detrimental to the long term. And I don't say this because I say this with part selfishness and part practicality. Part selfishness because I am a legal, tax paying, regulated, and dabawed hotel owner and operator, because under I have to bow to government officials, I have to bow to local enforcement, I have to bow to MNC, PMC, BMC, any municipal corporation, and follow their norms, which is my duty. And after doing all that, make sure the guest is happy, my employees are happy, and then if I'm left with a profit, be happy. As compared to a Airbnb owner or a villa owner who does not have to follow many of these norms, is not paying his due to society. I have to follow a C form when a foreign guest comes. He doesn't have to do all that. So what happens is that this is a very good concept and it should be encouraged in places where urbanization has not achieved a certain, where would I encourage a Airbnb type or a homestay? The right word I would use is homestay. Konkan, you have remote places. There should be encouragement. Places which are not in a urban area, in a municipal limits, because already you have hospitality players right from a 1-star to a 5-star to cater to the travel needs of everyone. Why then should you allow in a society somebody to sell a flat which puts all the society members, children, wives, people at risk? You don't know what is happening in that room. Today in hotel we have a scanner. Everybody's baggage is checked for whether there is any kind of ammunition or any bomb making material, as which happened tragedy with the Taj Hotel and Oberoi Hotel. But in which society do you know what bag is coming and what is inside? Tomorrow if something goes off in one of the buildings, who is responsible? So I think that within urban areas, what was the whole idea of homestay? That if I have an extra room and I am in a rural area, I should be able to encourage and give, he'll come and I'll say, how Harshal, he's come with Unnati, and then they give them a curated experience. Why? Because I'm in a beach kind of home. That's a rural area. Yes, encourage. The local suddenly experiences wow. And there, even if he doesn't pay tax, it is not so big in compared to what even 1 or 2 or 3 rooms are sold by a hotel in Mumbai or a Pune or a Delhi. It's not.
So adding to that, Barcelona has banned Airbnbs because the hotel industry was getting affected, and that was, so to say, unorganized way.
No, but sir, I'm not even now talking about hotel industry. Look at New York, look at Paris. These places have got destroyed because of Airbnb and other rental models. The locals don't have houses. They are now going to 1.5 hour away. Bichara, imagine you can't get a home in Mumbai and you have to stay in Vasai, Virar, because you can rent it, but you can't afford to rent it because somebody is taken it and selling it. He's selling it at 5,000 rupees a day. Suddenly the rental, which should be 40-50,000, has become a lakh. How is it fair to the citizens of the city or any city? And that is why Paris has got destroyed. New York has got destroyed. Why did Barcelona do it? Because Barcelona में local Barcelona का जो आदमी है वो बोल रहा है कि भाई मैं कहाँ रहूँ, सब तो होटल जैसा हो गया है. So it's not only about protecting our industry.
Sir, if you see, if our location only, if you see a location like Goa, since your hotel and our hotel are the same location, a kilometer away from Kalangut, right? You say there are more than 1 lakh rooms which are there, right? There is no regulation. Even a shop seller is having a 1 room and is selling at 500 rupees at the beach. So there is no regulation regarding
So
that.
when people complain about Goa, let's take Goa's particular case, ki Goa business is down because of taxi mafia and all that. That taxi mafia has been there since I was a child going to Goa. 40 years ho gaye, wo mafia ko. So mafia is not the reason. The real reason is the unregulated wanton growth of hotels and shacks and all kinds of places to let out, because of which the good quality players get dabawed. They are not able to get a good rate. They are not able to get good staff. And the problem again with Goa is there is only a limited ability of people that can reach Goa. Now Mopa airport has come, so flights have become what? Only double. Considering the potential of Goa, the number of rooms of Goa, there were no more easy ways to come by road. There are no more easy ways to come by train. Planes are also limited, and what is already there is full, and that is absurdly expensive. I was just now in Goa yesterday. Bombay Goa ticket was 10,000 rupees, but Bombay Goa ticket is 10,000 rupees, but a Goa Nashik is 4,000 rupees. Same day. I was in a conference and someone was with me, and that person's ticket was 4,500. My friend who is coming for a wedding in December, and we've booked our already tickets in December, so I got 12,000 return. All my other friends have booked at 25,000 rupees return. My friend from Singapore has booked a Singapore, Mumbai, Goa, Mumbai, Singapore in 25,000 rupees. And joke is she's on my flight. Because it's a code sharing. So somewhere down, the misuse of, the monopoly along with the open-handed ki jo bhi karna hai, I think our industry and the government need to come together.
Actually, I was talking with him yesterday regarding the same, that Goa is not only facing the competition with our states. The Goa is facing competition with international tourist destinations like Thailand, Vietnam, Dubai. If a couple having 2 children have to travel to Goa from Delhi, right, they have to spend 1,20,000 rupees. And Thailand is offering a visa-free entry for Indians. Dubai is offering visa-free, very, very easy visa. And for Vietnam is offering visa-free, and just for 80,000 rupees they can travel. Then why a person will come to Goa?
Sorry, Naitik, I think we've digressed from your main
No,
topic.
I think it's good to have this.
That shows the passion on the stage. Somebody before in the panel said कि बच्चे लोगों को आजकल passion नहीं. I think was and the real.
So, I think while we were talking, Vishalji, when we talk about the exploitation, one more point what we discussed was about deliveries that happens inside the hotel from aggregators. Can you touch upon that point as well, and how difficult it is for the hotel business to have outsiders delivering food inside the hotel and making the hotels dirty at times? If you can
So
share
I
your
think
thoughts
some
on
of
that.
my audience will not like this point of mine. Okay, is that many of the hotels now don't allow, not many, but at least Kamath Group does not allow very stringently, and because of that we get a lot of bad reviews also, but we really don't care. My chef and my team is here to serve you. I'm not here to allow you to bring food from outside and eat in my hotel. I'm sorry, and we don't allow, and it happens, there are a lot of issues at times, but we are very strict about it. We don't allow means we don't allow. My housekeeping guy is not working so that you can bring your chole bhature, spoil my table, because you brought it in a plastic, use my fork and knife, plate, on top of that open it out, you've dropped some oil on my carpet, which again leads to my problems of pest control and other things, where repair and maintenance, just so you can enjoy your chole bhature in my hotel. I'm sorry, that's not happening. If you want to eat that person's chole bhature, go to that person's restaurant, give him his due, enjoy it over there. Please don't enjoy it otherwise I'll give you chole bhature. So we don't allow vada pav, chole, vole, nothing. We don't allow anything from anywhere. And I'm very happy that recently, about some time back, because I'm associated with very hotel associations also, and one of the persons from Kurg Association of Hotels basically came together and said, we will not allow Swiggy Zomato deliveries in our hotels. I think that's a very big step, because in this 2 things happen. One, you guys have taken great efforts to make a restaurant, and a restaurant is not about just one butter chicken and naan. When he comes to your outlet, he is going to order more than that. He's going to eat, he's going to have a drink, or he's going to have a cold drink, and he's going to take back your experience, just as I expect him to take back mine. So in this we are very particular. Even there are certain hotels, I remember when I went to the Taj, they did not allow me, and I was not intending to take it, but I had a platter with me which was for something else. It was, I will tell you also, it was the Taj Mahal Kulaba, and I had a cheese platter with me, and my friend was staying in the hotel opposite, and we had to go on the boat across, so I had to carry that back. So I told the lady, she was very polite, and she said, sir, we don't allow outside food. I said, don't worry, I'm not going to eat this here, I'm going to take it on the boat across, so I'm just carrying it. Okay, so, but naturally she then said okay, and this thing. But had I what taken it to the room, that would have been wrong of me. So we took that platter across over there, and that's the right policy. If I cannot eat in the Taj and afford to eat in the Taj, don't stay in the Taj. Bichara uska bhi chef, uska bhi waiter, usko bhi pagar dena hai. So it's not fair. Or then you use the free tea coffee maker. But then to get vada pav from outside, people bring even cutting chai. Can you believe it? मेरे को इधर का cutting chai बहुत पसंद है. I'm sorry. Then drink it there. Don't. Then some people have the audacity to say, ये पहले, not now. आप माइक्रो मार के देंगे क्या ये? मैं बॉस क्या है? Imagine you call me to your house to eat food and I bring my own tiffin. You'll be like, so I am very particular about Swiggy Zomato not coming in our hotels, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If a guest doesn't like, just like all our hotels are no smoking. So some of our guests have stopped coming to us, but that's okay. Because the 95% who come to me out of the remaining are important to me because they respect that they come with children, they have an asthma problem, or in general, there are so many of my smoker friends, they respect other people's right to breathe free and they'll step out and smoke. So many of my friends who smoke and would like to smoke in the room or in the suite, they don't come anymore, and that's okay. I don't feel bad. I still go to their home.
Sure.
But in my hotel, if it's no smoking, it's no smoking.
Security issues as well. With the riders, Swiggy and Zomato, there's a lot of security issues as well. When you
So clearly there are a lot of challenges when it comes to managing hotel. Mayank,
we will just list hundreds and thousands of issues.
I'd like to actually bring a point back to what he said, and he didn't emphasize it enough. See, let's take the case of, let's take the case of Mayank. Now Mayank also, he's doing white labeling. So much opportunity there for each of you all also to tie up with a Mayank and to be able to curate and offer your experience. Because one of my friends is a very big caterer and a very big chef also in Bangalore. One of the top chefs actually. I don't want to name him because when I was talking to him, he was saying, Vishal, there is only so much audience that you start catering to. See, when you're in mass, you have a big advantage of a big buffet, big platter. And the repeat customer out of that is limited. But as you go up the ladder, it's very difficult to get more clientele because उतना ही है. And एक clientele जब एक party रखता है तो overlapping में बहुत सारे जन आते हैं and they're like, अरे मैंने विशाल के इधर खाया था वो मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को कुछ और दो, मयंक कुछ और दो, मयंक और क्या देगा? Because again there is in that restrictions of vegetarian, Jain, and then नहीं उधर चिकन था तो चिकन में कुछ और क्या? चिकन को और दो ही पैर है, तीसरा कहाँ से लाऊं? तो but that challenge to overcome is when you guys come in the picture. When we just if he's white labeled, you sub white label and get something extraordinary. And I think the opportunity lies for you to go to such curated caterers. There are many. The list is huge and the business potential is tremendous. So what happens? Along with you making profit from your own restaurant, you also are able to take out your running cost from white labeling. So I think that's an opportunity which I think you should emphasize.
We are under this campaign only, we are funding home chefs who are really good. So we are funding them, the initial seed capital we give to set up their operations and all, and then we support them.
any more challenges that you face while operating the catering business, Mayank, you want to highlight? Because we've had a lengthy discussion on the challenges that are hoteliers facing.
You see, every day is a challenge, right? Your job or our job is to handle those challenges and deliver what is expected out of it. That is our job. That is our basic job. We are not doing anything overboard, right? So in terms of designing a menu, in terms of seeing what kind of a guest profile is coming, what are their expectations in terms of cuisine, in terms of presentation, in terms of taking care of the guests. So each element in catering, be it your butlers, your servers, your cooks, the live station chefs, so we have to take care of everything, because you see, the client who has engaged us for their own, it could be wedding, it could be corporate events, it could be a wine brand launch, right? So our responsibility is to take care of each and every guest who is there by way of food, by way of presentation, by way of our servers talking properly. If they want to know about a certain food item, what is it, they would be able to explain it to them well. So, I mean, and you meet and interact with different nationalities, people, different locations, right? We do a lot of international caterings as well. So every day is a challenge, but our job is to handle that in the best possible way. So that's it.
So we spoke about technology, we spoke about data. What's your feedback on the whole AI thing that's going on in the market? Do you, Harshal, do you see guests are going to welcome by robots. You will have room services done by robots. Do you see that happening in near future?
Absolutely. So I was there in one of the hotels in China. So the robots were serving water bottles in the room. So that was really amazing. But you see, the Chinese people and Indian people are having a lot of difference. अगर यही चीज़ एक इंडियन होटल करेगा ना, तो उसको प्रॉब्लम आएगी. कहेगा यार रोबोट से सर्विस करा दिया, इसको तो हम कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे. You know, that thing has to be embedded in the people. The customers who are coming to the hotel should respect the hotels. They should respect, because the hotel is the baby of the owner. The owner has created, they have devoted time, they have given their hard-earned money, they have, given everything to that hotel. So they should respect them, respect their rules. And AI will initially come. It is not that it has not come, it has come. And now if you see, there are certain hotels, even we are adopting that. There is voice command systems within the rooms, right? When the guest is entering the room, you say, just open the curtains. So curtains will be opened, right? There are customized, televisions on the screen, and just by saying, just order the food. So there are a lot of menus which are displayed. So these all technologies are still coming, but people need to adapt them. And for that, we need a right education, we need a right training, and we need to give to our, staff also in that matters. So the combination is huge, but AI is definitely will be transforming our industry, and right now it has already been transformed after COVID, I suppose.